This is a new era, John, for this country, and I'm not sure people are fully understanding where this puts us.
I agree.
I think that, you know, the reality is that people will start to see states, both red and blue,
That's right.
start to look dramatically different from the way that they looked like before. And that if you are a person of color in the South, they may eradicate virtually all political representation for you in some of those states. That's an extraordinary thing.
Correct. And it's also going to hurt because of the tit for tat element of it, because of the pushback. It's going to hurt conservative voters in majority blue states because they're going to have their districts chopped up. They're going to have their representative, their citizens are not going to be able to have conservative representation because of the battle. These laws exist. The Voting Rights Act exists because people marched and protested and fought and bled and died for these rights. And this week, these 6 aristocrats took a look at that and said, okay, but it's too much. Now, we can't have any kind of race consciousness when it comes to things like education, getting in school. We can't have race consciousness when it comes to politics or to voting. But when it comes to, you know, cops stopping someone, when it comes to immigration policy, we can be as race conscious as we want. They only say colorblind when it's a policy that helps non-white people. They never pull that for a policy that hurts non-white people. And these justices, what they've done now is unleash it. We're seeing all the red states are now trying to speed redistrict, and what it really is racist Photoshop. They're putting it all through an Instagram filter to make everything whiter, and you're going to see the blue states come back in kind saying, then we're going to redistrict like Virginia did, like California did. There's a lot of conservative brothers and sisters in blue states that are going to lose their representation because of this greediness.
I have already seen some liberals suggesting that there could be maybe as many as 13 seats that could be redrawn in Democrats' favor in blue states, just as a result of what this Pandora's box that has been opened up. You know, President Trump is asking states like Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama. We know Florida has already started this past week to do it. So we're just in, you know, we're just spiraling at this point.
I know the 3 justices who dissented in this opinion believe that the sky is falling. The 6 in the majority, however, as I understand it, believe that it was a decision narrowly tailored to this district in question. And I think any honest broker, we showed it up on the screen, if you looked at that district and did not know the political leanings of it or the racial demographics of it and saw it snaking from Baton Rouge up to Shreveport, you would say gerrymandered. It is the very definition on paper of a gerrymandered district.
Well, that's the issue.
But I would take a step back. You keep using the word represented, and I think this is really, really critical and key. As many become further entrenched in identity and ideology first mindsets, we seem to believe that we are only represented when somebody has the same attributes as us, whether that be race or gender or physical attributes or ideological leanings.
Or somebody who cares about your community because they live there.
No, but the goal of redistricting is to maintain communities of interest, to respect existing boundaries.
No.
Yeah, that is by the law.
This is happening because Donald Trump demanded Texas rig it a year and a half ago. This is happening because Donald Trump demanded Texas rig it.
Have you looked at California's map? Have you looked at the fact that there's a single Republican in New England? Not one Republican in New England represents anyone in the U.S. House of Representatives.
Wow, the senator from Maine is going to be shocked to learn that, man.
John, because I have been
Susan Collins needs to be told.
I have been. She's in the Senate. I said House.
Okay. Well, also, I mean, I also think, you know, one of the interesting things about that point too is like when you look at a state like Massachusetts, there are several districts where Republicans can be competitive, but they've never put anyone up to run in those districts. So, I mean, there are places in New England where they could run and potentially win, but they haven't. I also think that, look, let's take your argument about what does representation mean. I mean, Republicans just got out of the Virginia redistricting situation, arguing that Republicans ought to have more representation in Virginia just because they exist in the state. I mean, I think that if you oppose what happened in Virginia, you should probably oppose what Louisiana is about to do. You should probably oppose what President Trump is asking Tennessee to do, which is to get rid of the one Democratic district in the entire state of Tennessee. I mean, I think you should oppose it all.
It sounds more alarming, I believe, than it really is in real life. In real life, what are we talking about here? You're talking about the fear is that you're talking about the exclusion from the equal rights for black people, brown people, other minorities by gerrymandering, by rigging districts based on race. When you look at it further, when you go down to just the slightest, go down 1 inch, what are you talking? You're really talking about, it's not excluding black people, that may be one of the impacts. It's excluding Democrats. It's not excluding white people, it's excluding Republicans. The problem is that everyone sees everything through the Supreme Court, I think, was very cute in the way it said you can still, but the impact is exactly the same if you do it for politics.